Kansas, gateway to Oz. Under the rainbow, this is where it was. Hollyhocks and red ripe tomatoes, hand-churned homemade ice cream. Let me tell you, Kansas is more than tornadoes. It's the best part of Dorothy's dream.
Today on Around Kansas, join us for a story on how to stay cool in the summertime heat. Then join us for a story about frogs and the different varieties that live across the state. Next we'll have a poem from Ron Wilson, and we'll end with a look at the history of bumper stickers. Stay with us.
Closed captioning brought to you by Ag Promo Source. Together we grow. Learn more at agpromosource.com. This segment brought to you by Kansas Regenerative Medicine Center. Your stem cells, your health, your life. Well, hello again. It's Wednesday again. It's amazing how quickly the days go by, huh? And here we are getting close to the end of June already. Can you believe it? What happened to the year? And of course, coming up very soon, it'll be the 4th of July. Oh, and I must tell you, I'm Frank, and Deb is out in western Kansas, and this is Around Kansas, the show that talks about people, places, and things that make Kansas a great place to live, work, play, and come visit. And of course, during the 4th of July especially, there are fantastic fireworks displays all around the state. And if you're in northeast Kansas, of course, you know about the one at Lake Shawnee, and there's Wamego, and there's Council Grove, and I mean, many more, and a lot of them in neighborhoods as well. I get to watch one over in my neighborhood because there's a park, and people think they need to blow it up every week, or not every week, every year, but it's fun, and it's fun to watch it. Kills the mosquitoes off for a while, too. They don't like that smoke. Okay, anyway. So 4th of July coming up, and hope you have a very safe and happy time. Wow, we've had some very warm weather. Yeah. So anyway, today Deb is going to have a story on how to stay cool. How about that? I don't know, when you were a kid, of course, as old as I am, it was actually about the time air conditioning began for homes. Before that, you just opened the windows and used fans or whatever, but one of the ways we'd stay cool, at least for me, when you're a little kid, was, you know, those corrugated tubs. Yeah, well, the dad would fill that up and I'd go out and sit in it. Amazing. Yeah, I could hardly get my big toe in one now. But anyway, there are lots of ways to figure out how to stay cool. And if this heat's going to continue this year, you'll want to take a look at that show. Now, here's the thing. As we know, during the summertime, there are a lot of reruns on TV. Of course, there are a lot of new series that come in too, but mostly reruns. Guess what we're going to do today? Well, in fact, the How to Stay Cool is a story that we've done before. Hope that you're having a fun and safe summer. 4th of July coming up. I'm Frank, Deb's out there. She's going to have some stories, and we'll see them after you look at this.
Fort Wallace was the fightingest fort in the West. Fossils, Indians, soldiers, scouts, wagons, trails, pioneers, stories. Discover the story of Fort Wallace and the people who served here, the people who fought here, the people who settled here. Wallace County, where the past is present.
This is one of my favorite bits that I make. The name I give this bit is the Derby bit. I had a roan head horse that was running through the bridle with the chain bit, and I made this bit here. It really worked good on that horse. I sent this bit to Donnie McNeese, who breaks in cattle for Jeff Smith and Ike Cox, and I said, ride this bit on a lot of horses, see how you get along with it. They did. He said, Bull, that's really a good bit. Fits a lot of horses. Then I give this bit to my good friend Brent Wright, who I make bits for. And I said, see how this bit will work on a reining horse. I call him up a couple months later. I said, Brent, how you getting along with that bit? And he said, good. He said, you don't need it right this minute, do you? And I said, no. He said, good, because I'm down here in Texas and I just won a big futurity riding that bit. And when Brent got home, he gave me the buckle that he won the futurity with. I'm really proud of that buckle that Brent Wright gave it to me, and also that he got along so good with my bit.
This segment brought to you by Kansas Regenerative Medicine Center. Your stem cells, your health, your life.
Welcome to Kansas, gateway to...
The Huffington Post had some ideas for keeping cool without air conditioning, and some are worthy of repeating, with AC or not. Keep your blinds closed, for lots of reasons. Hack a fan instead of turning on the AC. Not even an air conditioner can give off a faux sea breeze, but this simple trick can. Fill a mixing bowl with ice or something equally cold like an ice pack, and position it at an angle in front of a large fan so that the air whips off the ice at an extra chilled, extra misty temperature. Huffington Post says it's magic. So do lots of folks in western Kansas. Swap your sheets. Cotton breathes easier and stays cooler. And as an added bonus, buy yourself a buckwheat pillow or two. Because buckwheat hulls have a naturally occurring airspace between them, they won't hold on to your body heat like conventional pillows, even when packed together inside a pillowcase. Set your ceiling fans to rotate counterclockwise. Whether you know it or not, your ceiling fan needs to be adjusted seasonally. Set counterclockwise in the summer at a higher speed. The fan's airflow will create a wind chill breeze effect that will make you and your guest feel cooler. Focus on the temperature in your body, not the house. If your ancestors survived without air conditioning, so can you. From sipping tasty ice drinks to applying a cold cloth to a strong pulse area like your neck and wrist, cooling yourself from the inside out is not a bad idea. Other tricks include being smart about your clothing choices and telling your partner you won't be cuddling until the leaves start changing color. Turn on your exhaust fans, again for lots of reasons. Heat-proof your bed. Go straight to the source and put a cool-inducing chillo under your head while you sleep. For feet, fill a hot water bottle and put it in the freezer before placing it at the foot of your bed. And it sounds strange, but slightly dampening your sheets before bedtime will majorly help you chill out. Let the night air in. During the summer months, temperatures may drop during the night. If this is the case where you live, make the most of these refreshing hours by cracking the windows before you go to bed. You can even create a wind tunnel by strategically setting up your fans to force the perfect cross breeze. Just be sure to close the windows and the blinds before things get too hot in the morning. Ditch the incandescent lights and start grilling. Even if you weren't lucky enough to be born cool, you can be cool.
Valley Vet Supply is devoted to providing information and professional quality products at reasonable prices.
Valley Vet Supply.
Ag Promo Source is a unique group of marketing specialists with one mission: help your ag business grow. Each affiliate has their own area of expertise, and they work together to bring you advice, products, and services. To get started, visit agpromosource.com. Ag Promo Source. Together we grow.
No matter where, no matter why, the Veterinary Health Center at Kansas State University is committed to providing quality patient care to animals and exceptional customer service to their owners. From routine checkups to emergency and specialty care, our world-renowned specialists and experienced professionals are here to discover, to teach, and to heal.
Let us know.
How can I help?
How can we help?
Welcome to Western Kansas Wildlife Travel Center. right here in Oakley, Kansas on I-70 at exit 76. I-70, after all, is America's Main Street, and we're right here on Main Street for you. Now that I'm an Oakley resident, I still come in almost every day, and I sit and listen to the conversations of the people around me. You know, the guys who are talking about the big elk they just bagged, or the folks who are taking their kid to college for the first time. People just traveling up and down the highway. Real people, just like you and me. And they find just what I find here, real people to serve them. There's history, there's scenery. We hope you'll stop and see us soon. Welcome to Oakley.
Buffalo Bill Cody earned his legendary title in Oakley. Bring the family and come celebrate Oakley's pioneering history and unique geography at two sites, the Buffalo Bill Cultural Center and the Fick Fossil Museum. Cody's statue marks his achievements and welcomes visitors to the Cultural Center. The Fick Fossil Museum houses world-class fossils and artifacts. You'll find Oakley at the hub of U.S. Highways 83 and 40 and I-70. Stop for the legend. Stay for the day. Discover Oakley. This segment brought to you by the Western Kansas Wildlife Travel Center in Oakley. A sure sign of spring is not only the song of the birds, but the cacophony of frogs. For a tutorial on frog sounds, we turn to the Kansas School Naturalist, published by Emporia State and edited by Robert F. Clark. One of the times that we are aware of the presence of frogs and toads is when they're vocalizing. Sometimes these sounds are referred to as songs, but many hardly rate that title, for they are merely grunts or chirps or screams. The term calls is also applied and is better, for it implies that the individual making the sound is calling to another individual, and that this is the case most of the time. Only males call, gathering other males and females together into a breeding congress when conditions are appropriate. Often, large numbers of individuals are calling at the same time from the same general area, and the result of this chorus can be a terrific din, particularly in southern swamps when a number of different species are at the same breeding site. Whereas most vocalizations are made to attract mates, calls may be stimulated by changes in humidity, declaration of territory, fright screams, or sometimes apparently just because they feel like it. The sound is made by air shuffled back and forth over vocal cords between the mouth cavity and lungs. Lowering and raising the floor of the mouth cavity with the mouth nostrils closed accomplishes this. In most cases, the sound is amplified by a resonating chamber known as the vocal sac. There may be a single external sac which swells under the chin and is sometimes quite prominent, as in bufo toads, or a single internal sac as in the bullfrog, or in a double internal sac as in the leopard frog. Calls of the various species are different from one another, and it is easy to learn to recognize the identity of the caller. One that should be familiar to most is the jug-a-rum of the bullfrog, heard in late spring and summer. When the mid-March rain fills ditches, the chorus frog begins. Its sounds is a series of notes ascending the scale, somewhat like the sound you get by running a fingernail along the points of teeth of a comb. At this time that chorus frogs are calling, the leopard frogs also begin. The call is not very loud and is said to resemble the low clucking of a hen or fingers dragged across a blown-up balloon. Cricket frogs got their common name from the cricket-like chick-chick-chick sound they produce almost constantly. Along the edge of creeks, ponds, and lakes, spring peepers have a single high-pitched peep. Tree frogs, a short, loud trill. Green frogs sound like the plucking of seven, the low string of a banjo. Woodhouse's toad has a startling scream. The narrowmouth toad sounds like a muffled door buzzer. And the American toad has a beautiful high-pitched trill that may last for 30 seconds. Although most of the mating call choruses are conducted at night, A considerable amount is heard during the daytime at the height of the season, especially after rains. Other types of calls may be heard at any time. To learn more, check out the Kansas School Naturalist, which is free to those interested in nature education. Summer is busy at Tarwater Farm and Home. We have just about everything you'll need for your summer projects, and we're consistently competitively priced. Tarwaters can help make your grass and garden grow, and we have a huge variety of equipment to cut it. If you have a farm, Tarwaters has the products and equipment to keep it going strong. And our expanded parking lot will make it even more convenient to shop. So come see us at Tarwater Farm and Home in Topeka.
The Kansas Wheat Innovation Center in Manhattan is rediscovering ways to get improved varieties and new genetics in the hands of farmers faster. Grower-led and checkoff-funded research initiatives are bringing about positive change. This grassroots leadership provides a strong voice in Topeka and Washington, D.C. Now is the time to partner with Kansas Wheat in moving wheat forward. Kansas Wheat Commission and Kansas Association of Wheat Growers. Farmers investing in their future and yours. Log on to rediscoverwheat.org.
Welcome to the Jerry Thomas Gallery and Collection, where we showcase my renowned frontier military and Native American artifacts. Behind me you see a touch of fall. We put together not only the beauty of Micah Highwalking, who is the first graduate of West Point of the Northern Cheyenne people and a dear friend, but also a Hudson's Bay blanket that I have here in the gallery. The unique opportunity that I was able to have was we unveiled this painting and surprised Micah at Custer Battlefield, a true honor.
Hi, I'm Kim Mandering with Hardy Insurance. I'm here to help you with all of your farm and ranch needs. When it comes to protecting your operation and your family, you need a name you can trust at a price you can afford. Call me today or visit hardyaviationins.com.
With nearly 100 years of broadcasting excellence, Ren Radio is now live on the internet playing hit songs of the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Join Jack Diamond, Mac Collins, Les Glenn, Frankie C., Antonio Barber, Wings Callahan, and the real Don Steele for some of the best music ever recorded. Hear it at rendigitalmedia.com or get the Ren Oldies Radio app in Play Store or App Store and tell Alexa, good times and great oldies on Ren Internet Radio.
This segment brought to you by Kansas Soybean Commission. Progress powered by Kansas farmers.
In September 1955, a brand new show debuted on CBS television. It became the longest running series in the history of our nation, and it was that Saturday night show known as Gunsmoke. The smart people in Dodge City put on a seminar 50 years after the debut, and this is the poem I presented that day with an update for 10 years later. Gunsmoke. I can't believe it's been 60 years since the TV show Gunsmoke did first appear. In September 1955 came a new series that would grow and thrive. It featured a tall, brave lawman, played by James Arness. At capturing the bad guys, he was the best. You knew that he would get the villain as he played the character Marshal Matt Dillon. At the Long Branch Saloon, he had a friend who was pretty, but he never quite got hitched with his friend Miss Kitty. In an office above the town boardwalk was the town doctor, who of course was called Doc. Chester was Marshal Dillon's first deputy. He walked with a limp for everyone to see. Then Festus Hagen came on the show, along with Newley and Quint and others also. Good acting, good writing, and other reasons kept that show going for 20 seasons. It was the longest running series in the history of our nation and provided entertainment for young and old generations. So I can't believe it began some 60 years ago, but it brings back good memories of the Gunsmoke TV show. When I visited Dodge City, one thing made me frown. Where were all those mountains the Marshal rode into whenever he rode out of town? Happy trails.
The land here tells a story. It offers up fossils of extinct beasts, ruins of native villages, battlegrounds and building sites. Walk the shore of historic Scott Lake and imagine the native peoples on the hillsides above you. Listen, you can hear their voices on the wind. Discover the secrets of Scott County on the ground where history happened, or in the comfort of the El Cuartalejo Museum. I promise it's an amazing story.
About 6 jumps later, I was laying on the ground and thinking, boy, my shoulder sure hurt. I kept waiting and it didn't get better and didn't get better. I'd heard about Kansas Regenerative Medicine Center on the radio. Gotten down there at 8 o'clock in the morning, and by 11:30 the procedure was all over, and it just kept getting better and better. And within 6 weeks I was back digging post holes and doing the other hard work that I'd been doing before the accident. And I'm really pleased. It's really worked out well for me.
Sure Crop Fertilizers was started by my father, Don Sherman, and my mother, Shirley Sherman. Family business that started in the 80s. We predominantly focus on plant nutrients and what we can do to give growers better responses with the fertilizer dollars that they do, and what we can do to make those things work better for the grower. We're based out of Seneca, Kansas. We work with growers in their soil analysis to figure out what they need, and then we can put those in a blend that gives them the best results, and so that we can deliver that direct to their farm so that they have those nutrients where they need them, when they need them, and so that they can apply them in a manner that's very efficient to them and works well in their planting systems and what they're doing. Sure Crop Fertilizers has been around for a long time. We always say we're big enough to take care of everything you need, but yet we're small enough to do it quickly. You can get a hold of us at 1-800-635-4743. Our website is surecropfertilizers.com, and you can always email me at Corey@surecropfertilizers.com, and with any questions you have, we'll be glad to answer it and work with you.
KFRM is one of the largest farm radio stations in the nation, dedicated to informing and entertaining rural listeners from northern Oklahoma to southwestern Nebraska. You can catch KFRM in many ways, of course, 550 on the AM dial, streaming at kfrm.com, or on your smartphone by going to the TuneIn Radio app, or on Ag AM in Kansas on Tuesdays and Facebook every day of the week. KFRM, tune us in. You'll be glad you did.
Brought to you by Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture. To join today or more information, go to kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter.
Before bumper stickers, how did we know whose kid was an honor student or that you were saving the whales? Once again, a Kansan answers the call by transforming the lowly bumper into a platform for freedom of speech. Forrest P. Gill, a silk screen printer from Kansas City, Kansas, USA, is the acknowledged inventor or perhaps the developer of the bumper sticker. Gill recognized that the self-adhesive paper used during the Second World War could be used to advertise promotional products in the late 1940s and beyond. Gill was relying on developments in material manufacturing during World War II, which led to the widespread use of daylight fluorescent inks. These inks appeared to glow during the daytime and were useful to support various wartime activities. They were favored by early bumper sticker manufacturers after the war. In addition, the first commercially produced pressure-sensitive stickers appeared after World War II. New developments in adhesive materials led to the production of paper strips with adhesive on the back. In addition, the rise of consumer use of vinyl after World War II led to the eventual use of this material in bumper stickers. But before bumper stickers, advertisers used other methods of displaying their wares. In the horse-drawn carriage era, advertisers printed on horsefly nets with the name of a business. In the 1930s and 1940s, bumper signs were printed on metal or cardboard and wired to the chrome bumpers. Lester Dill, promoter of Merrimack Caverns in Missouri, was an ardent adopter of the bumper sign to attract motorists to his site. Using a windshield decal was another option. These paper strips could be wetted and placed inside a car window. However, these strips did not hold up well when placed on a bumper. Early widespread uses of the advertising bumper sticker were for tourist attractions such as Marine Gardens, Florida, Seven Falls, Colorado, Merrimack Caverns in Missouri, and Lookout Mountain, Tennessee. Another popular advertisement was the See Rock City sticker. In the 1940s and 50s, visitors to the site had a sticker applied to their car which duplicated the famous signs painted on the roofs of barns throughout the southeastern United States. Tourist attraction staff would circulate through the parking lot applying the promotional sticker to every car. The first documented presidential election that used adhesive bumper stickers in political campaigns was the 1952 election between Dwight D. Eisenhower and Adlai Stevenson II.
Well, next time we see you, it'll be 4th of July, so happy 4th of July. And I'm Frank, she's Deb, and we'll see you somewhere around Kansas. Closed captioning brought to you by Ag Promo Source. Together we grow. Learn more at agpromosource.com.
More than tornadoes. We're the best part of